The Gophers played in a baseball field. Usually they get wins in baseball fields, but that was not the case today. We're talking Gophers Northwestern live postcast, and your boy has some harsh, strong feelings. What up? You are listening to the Go for Broke podcast. This is the live post game following the Northwestern loss. And Tristan, I need you to start this one off because I have so many thoughts. I have so many feelings. I am embarrassed about this team, and I'm not on the team. I'm not on the team, and I am flat out embarrassed by this showing. You need to lead it. You need to lead it. I can't
Brother,
handle myself.
we watched we watched three different forms of this football team in this one game. First quarter, nothing from anyone. Offense, defense, it all looked so depressing. Second quarter, like we are ready to win a national championship, slinging it, throwing it all over the field. Defense is getting stops. It was insane. And then you revert back to the third quarter where it's stuck in the mud for the defense couldn't do anything, and then the offense is still slinging it. And it's such a roller coaster. The secondary, I don't know what I can't play the position myself, but it's bad. It doesn't look good. We're playing tight ends like 15 yards deep, and they're just throwing pearls all day long. Like it's absolutely nuts. Like do we not have dudes? Like these guys just aren't making plays in the secondary. Defensive line, no push today. It was all bad, and I know you're gonna go in, but that kicker, kicker. As soon as it was incomplete at the end of the game, when they were looking at the clock and stuff, I was like, it doesn't matter. We're not making this kick. He was never gonna make that kick. I was already getting ready for the live.
The second the announcer said, and this kick is from 40 yards, I was like, oh, so it's a wrap. It's a wrap. The fact that I have to look at this camera and tell you when I heard there was a 4 in the front of that field goal attempt that I knew it was a miss because we've been calling for the kicker switch since week 3 against Cal because Brady Denenberg is not a field goal kicker. He's showed you not once, not twice, not 3 times. He showed you every goddamn game since California. Okay, so the fact that you had to put the game on his freaking leg shows exactly why you lost this game. This was terrible coaching from start to finish with one good quarter in there. It was terrible decision making. It was missed tackles. You just let a 58% completion passer complete 83% against your defense on 30 attempts. This dude was you texted me in the game, Tristan, and you said, we're making Preston Stone look like a Heisman candidate. What the hell is going on? What is going on?
Because nobody could cover anyone. No, there was
nobody can cover anybody, but we're also playing man defense at times with guys lined up 5-10 yards off of the man. So then they throw a slant, they throw a curl, they throw a comeback because they know we're playing way off. It'll be there. It'll pick up 6 to 7 yards. Then they'll run, we'll miss a tackle, and they'll get the first down. Like it was literally the same shit over and over again, and we have nothing to counter it.
No, it was like it's that people always say, bend don't break, bend don't break. You can't bend all the way to the end zone. That's not how it works. Like we're playing the same defense from our own 20 to their 20. Like we're not adjusting at all. We're playing so far back, and then when we do kind of try to put pressure on them, we're getting beat deep. Like it is truly like we just are not covering. It was a bad showing for the secondary today. We were getting absolutely annihilated. The defensive line looked, Anthony Smith even looked slow today. Like he wasn't getting the same pressures that he usually gets. The defense looked bogged down today. Now the offense, that second quarter was awesome. the after the first quarter looked really good. You talked about it. You texted me. If we play the entire game like it's a 2 minute drill, we could have one of the best offenses in the Big Ten. And I swear to God, that is true because everything looks easy for Drake when he plays. Like, oh my God, there's only 50 seconds on the clock. Look at the drive to end the game today. Like we got all the way down the field, and I will say they missed two bad PIs on that last drive, and that would have definitely changed things too. Because was it Bieber who had the second to
Pass
last play?
interference. Right.
Yeah, that was
You
crazy that
literally,
they didn't
it's a
call that,
15
and
yard
then they
penalty
didn't.
in college, right? It's a
It,
15-yard penalty. You're
yeah,
on the 26, a blatant DPI that pushes you to the 11. We're talking about 11 with the clock stopped, and you can maybe get 2 plays off to the
and
end
even
zone.
the last play was even questionable. I thought we'd get one just based on the fact they missed the first one. And so that was kind of nuts. And I mean, either way, the kick we missed the kick to win the game, but not to mention the kick that would have had us still winning that we missed in the first half. Like it was all bad. I mean, the offense finally looked good though. I mean,
At
the
times.
offense looked
We
good
can't we
at
can't
times.
blame
It
them. The
did.
offense looked good at times. The run game was
Yes.
still awful. Darius Taylor
Yeah.
looks like he is playing hurt, but he is
I was
doing
gonna say, is he
everything he
hurt?
possibly can in those playing hurt attempts. And then
It was nuts.
we finally let Drake Lindsey cook. I mean, we finally let him take some shots, get comfortable, and it started to show. Again, I had texted you, I had messaged my guy House. I was like, when we get into the 2 minute, we're not overthinking. We're playing simple and we're playing up tempo, and it's always our best drives in the game. Why
Yep.
don't we just play simple and up tempo all damn game? You got enough receivers technically to keep rotating. You got enough things to keep it going. So why don't we give it a shot? Like that's the only time we have success. Now, Tristan, I'm going to give you your stat of the week right now because I am already found it and it is embarrassing. Minnesota gave up the second most yards to this Northwestern offense. The only team that has given up more yards to this offense is Western Illinois Leathernecks. Do you know how much of a difference how much more yards they gave up than Minnesota? One. They gave
Oh
up
my.
1 yard more. Our defense played as bad as an FCS team that consistently wins 2 games or less a year. And that is how much leeway we gave this Northwestern offense. I am disappointed in Danny Collins. I'm disappointed in the defense. I am disappointed. The only person that gave life on this defense was Coy Parrish, and Coy Parrish did most of his giving life on special teams. Like this
Mm-hmm.
whole
I was gonna
defense,
say,
the defensive effort was piss poor from everybody on the field.
oh yeah. I mean, I definitely did call. We were gonna get something out of Coy Parrish this week. That was sick. But even still, like even the play where he forced that fumble that ended up going out of bounds, but which was a good play by him. But again, how are we letting guys that deep into the secondary? Like it was instant second level against this defense today. Like every single run they had, we would have 4 or 5 guys swarm, but nobody can make a tackle. I saw a couple of plays where like Carmel's over pursuing, Baranowski over pursued today even too, and he's hitting the holes, but he's just like putting his head down and not making a tackle, trying to like make this monster hit instead of just making a solid tackle in the backfield. And that happened like 2 or 3 times where he's just like flying past these dudes. Anthony Smith had a couple today too, where he's like the over pursuing that happened today was absolutely crazy. Like we made all these guys on this Northwestern offense look like studs. Every single one of them looked like they were ready to make a Heisman run. It was crazy.
Now, I don't want to act like everything is doom and gloom. I'm not happy,
No,
and I am
no,
not
our
looking
offense put up
forward to the
35 points today. Like,
right. I'm happy with the outing from Drake Lindsey, who gave us 20 for 30, 264, and 4 touchdowns. He
balling.
literally put the entire freaking team on his back with Javon Tracy. Javon Tracy had an absolute hell of a day. I think, 4 receptions for 87 yards and 3 touchdowns. That means 3 of his 4 catches were touchdowns. Like, the dude was out there putting the team on his back. Drake Lindsey putting the team on his back. Darius Taylor
Malachi Coleman
playing
sighting today.
Coleman sighting. The first one drop that probably shouldn't
Yep.
happen. The DB got his hand in there, but I mean, if he doesn't jump as early and he high points the ball, the DB probably can't get his hand in
I was
there.
gonna say Drake could have put a little something on that too, because
Yep,
that
yep,
that
that too,
yeah
that
yeah
too. But he made up for it later. Huge catch
Oh
while
yeah.
getting dragged to the ground. Big play on that one. So shout out Malachi Coleman getting his first big reception on the year. I think he's had one or two receptions so far,
Yep.
but
Yep.
52-yard reception on that one. I mean, Mekhi had some big catches in this game. Overall, our pass game showed some life. But again, there were times where we were like, okay, now we got to force the run. It's like, why? It's not working. They're stacking the box, and your quarterback is seeing the field clear as day. Fuck it, go pass the
Let's go.
ball. Like,
Yep.
we don't have to be predictable. There's certain downs where I'm like, we're running here. I don't know why, but we're
Hmm.
gonna run right here, and we did.
Automatic.
And it got stuffed because you know who else knew we were running right there? Northwestern. Northwestern knew we were running right there. Which on the flip side, final drive of Northwestern moving the field, multiple plays where I'm like, they're obviously going to run the ball because they want to run clock and like have as little time as possible, try to kick the field goal and win the game. And I'm like, oh, we're playing in a zone defense when they're going to clearly
Yeah.
run the ball up the middle. Oh, now we know a run's coming, but we ran to the wrong side. There's a blatant hole on the right side, which he felt like. It's like, what are we doing? If your fans on the couch can sit here and be like, they're probably going to run, they're probably going to run here, they're probably going to pass here. Like, if we can see it, how the hell can't you see it right now? It's
Exactly.
just so frustrating.
Yeah, it was terrible. I don't know. We kind of touched on it. DT looks hurt. He's got to be dealing with something because
Yeah.
that run he had, I was like, oh, he's just not. He's not kicking it in. It's not hitting another gear. That was crazy. I just don't know. This was exhausting. But like you said, like the offense did it. It showed life. And when Drake was going, he was going. It clicked for him. Like you could see that like through that second quarter, everything was just firing on all cylinders.
Dude, if the defense shows up at all, you
That's
lost
all.
38-35. If your defense shows up at all for like a quarter, you win the game. Yeah, it's a game over. Like,
Yeah,
let's see.
the winners of
Drive
today,
spots.
the winners of today are Devin Williams and John Nestor because apparently the defense is abysmal without them. Because they've looked bad this year, but they haven't looked this bad this year.
Right. I am trying to look at Northwestern's drive chart. Oh, I'm on offense. Here we go. Northwestern's drive chart. You ready for this?
Yep.
Touchdown, field goal, punt, halftime. So the halftime one doesn't count. They literally ran one play and ran the clock out. Touchdown, 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 field goal. We stopped them on one
Once.
freaking drive. One drive. You literally have one other drive of a stop, you win the game. That's it. Your defense has to show up for one drive, not even a quarter, just one damn drive. And this person who's commenting has it 100% right. Never seen our defense this bad. Where was the
No.
pressure? Hell, where was the coverage? Why are we playing 5 to 10 yards off the damn line of scrimmage? Like, fool me once, shame on you. We've been talking about how the offense ranks terribly in the country right now. The defense ranks in the top 50. Not after this week. Not after this
No.
week. Now you're going to be in the bottom 70 in both categories. You're going to be a bottom 100 offense and a bottom 70 defense. And you now play a rivalry game where everyone is going to doubt, can we actually win it? Because the way this team is playing, it's hard to trust anything. And that's the saddest part about this. I don't think this was a personnel issue. I don't think that this was offensive issue. Clearly, the offense showed up a bit more today. I think this was a play calling issue. I think it was a lack of adjustments issue. And I think that our coaching staff is too damn stubborn. That is the issue at hand here. They have a game plan and they're like, we're sticking to this no matter what, rather than adjusting to what is working in that game in that moment.
Yeah, I just cannot get over the defensive performance. The play calling and adjustments, I'm not, you know me, I'm not super keen on at all. But the dudes we had in that secondary today was not. It didn't look good. It was just
Dog,
so bad. It looked
Giante
like we
McMillan
couldn't.
had
It
to have
looked like
had
we
it.
couldn't compete. It looked like we couldn't compete with these receivers who are not world beaters by any means.
I called Giante McMillan to be my surprise big player of the game, and he probably gave up at least 12 receptions. Like, couldn't have been more wrong on that call. Like, did not step up for the day. The whole defense didn't step up, but that one was pretty brutal. Mike Gerald had some issues. I think Zaquan got beat on one or two, but of all of the defensive backs, including Kerry Brown, including Coy Parrish, Zaquan probably had the best day. It was
Oh
just a
yeah.
bad game all around for everyone. Like, it's just so tough to watch. It's tough to sit there and take. And in the end, we still had every chance to go and tie this and go to
Yeah.
overtime and try to win it. That's the most brutal part about this. You played absolutely awful, absolutely
Awful.
awful.
That's a new description word for how bad this
Yes,
game went today. A new
awful.
adjective.
You played absolutely awful, and you still had a way to win the game or at least tie it and go have a chance. It's so disappointing. In the biggest moments of the game, I got to give props. I got to give a shout out
So,
because Coy Parrish put this team on his back not only once, but twice in trying to make that happen. The first huge kick return, almost returning it for a touchdown. And then the
mhm.
second one to even give us some life to go and try to get a less than 1 minute drive to go and tie it. I just like there are so many opportunities, man. I'm so disappointed. I'm frustrated.
Yeah,
This
that's the thing.
Minnesota team,
This
keep
was a
going.
disappointing loss. Like I wasn't mad. I'm truly it's when your parents are upset. And I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. And it's so much worse. Like this
No,
feels way
no, screw
worse.
that. I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm mad. I ain't about this disappointment stuff. I'm mad.
I'm bummed. I was like, I don't know. It's just I don't, it was so disappointing. I'm happy the offense showed life because this would have been a really really ugly game. And if we could just put two sides of the ball together, we would have a very competitive football team. But it just doesn't happen.
Dog, we got to talk about it. 0-5 in road games. This dude hit it on the head. That's coaching. That is not,
Yeah.
you can't lose every road game and win every home game without bringing up coaching. If you don't have your guys ready to travel, there's not much else we can do. Like at this point, I'm to the point where I shouldn't even watch this game. I could have told you what was going to happen. We were going on the road. We're going to find a way to lose. If
Yep.
it's a bad team, it'll be close. If it's a good team, it'll be an ass whooping. That's what this coaching staff has shown with this Gophers team. Now, luckily, we play Wisconsin at home, so maybe that is our saving grace heading into this rivalry and trying to get the axe and keep it home. Is that we get to play a bad Wisconsin team at home where we haven't lost yet. Knock on wood, somebody,
Yep.
please.
That's what I'm saying that that's the Wisconsin game all season. We're like, the closer it gets, the more competitive that game has become now. And it really, really sucks to have this taste in our mouth going into Wisconsin week because at the beginning of the year, I mean, we looked like it was going to be a wrap because Wisconsin is kind of putting up some fights in these games. Like now they're showing some life at the end of the season here.
Oh,
So
and
I
they're
don't
gonna have
know.
all the fire in this one. They're gonna have
Oh,
all the fire and be
absolutely.
like, we could have the worst season possible, but if we beat Minnesota, that's the tip of the cap. They're gonna give
Yep.
it every inch of fight this next weekend.
Absolutely. This is going to be a battle. It's a battle,
Now,
but I'll get there.
Phil, you might not have joined here in the beginning of the postcast here, but I can't tell you why we played so far off. It's one of the biggest questions I
Oh
have.
yeah.
The two biggest questions I have in this game is why did we play so far off? And the second one is why do we continue to trust Brady Denenberg's leg in moments of critical? You have a kicker on your team who you beat Bama for to keep him here. Now he leans punter, but he can kick as well. You've also got a guy named Daniel Jackson who is an all-state kicker who can kick the ball from deep as hell. And you're like, let's leave him at home. He doesn't need to travel. Let's keep running the guy who's never kicked fucking field goals in his career. Let's keep pushing it that way. Lots of hope there because there's always next year for him, right? He's just building up for next year. No, he's out of eligibility next year. Let's try the damn freshman. God.
I could be wrong. Also, what's a real bummer? I'm pretty sure Dragon was at the game. I could be wrong about that. I think I was looking at my Snap stories, and I think he was at the game. He was probably just shaking his head. What a disappointment. Damn. Damn.
40-yard field goal. That's all we needed. We needed a 40-yard field goal.
40
To
yards
make it
to
happen.
tie it is crazy. That I knew it was never going in. I knew it was never going in. I had no hope whatsoever. I
Unfortunately.
was like, that's no chance. No
All
chance.
right, man.
One thing
Let's
I did want to. Oh, sorry. Go
yeah,
ahead.
go.
Oh, mine was dumb. I was just gonna say uniform matchup today, though.
Yep,
Shout out to
solid.
Northwestern. Those were clean. Those were
Yep,
clean, and the Gophers uniforms were clean too. I liked it.
yep. Barry is one of my favorite viewers. He came with us from Lockdown over
Barry's the
here.
man.
Shout out Barry, but I gotta disagree on the first part. It was not a great game to watch. I told myself watching this game, I hate watching this team because it's so painful. Now I love the moments of flash. I love Drake Lindsey getting to go. I love the Koi Parrot's return. So I can't act like there weren't moments that I was loving. But goddamn, watching this team hurts my soul because I feel like I have more fire in this postcast right now than our players show on the field at times. And that cuts me deep. So overall, I definitely like it was a competitive game to watch, but it wasn't fun to watch for me overall. Defense definitely struggled. Koi Parrish had a good game in special teams. But I mean, this one's gonna cut deep, Tristan. You ready for this comment?
Oh boy.
There's always next year. We'll
Ah,
see what's gonna
ah.
happen. What's gonna
It's
happen?
We're going to be
Because
in the
at
same
least
spot. That's the thing. We didn't have enough success to be that confident. We don't know what's going to happen. We're in for another transfer portal whirlwind of a year because there's too many unanswered questions. Like, that's how this season's going to win. Win or loss to Wisconsin, we're going to be in the same exact spot as we were going into this year, which is fine. I mean, I'm not mad at it. Get some new guys in, some old guys out. Like, I'm cool with it, but it sucks being we're going to talk about it, I'm sure, all off season. Stepping stone school, all those types of comments end up coming out of our mouths, and that's what kind of sucks.
here's the thing. We don't know about next year because we don't know what the changes are going to be. Is Drake Lindsey here? I hope so. I
Yes.
think he wants to be a Gopher regardless. That being said, are we going to have the same offensive coordinator? If so, are we going to have the personnel to run what that dude wants? If we don't, then should we have this offensive coordinator? Because we clearly can't find success in the offense consistently in this style he wants to run. So there's a big question on change there. Is Darius Taylor back? I hope so. Fingers crossed. I mean, he was injured this year. I feel like he couldn't give his best showing. So hopefully he can recoup and have a great year next year, get drafted to the NFL. But there's lots of questions on the offense, right? Flip to the defense. You're losing your best pass rusher. Anthony
Yep.
Smith is not coming back next year. He is going pro, plain and simple. Devin
Mm-hmm.
Eastern doesn't have any eligibility left. He's going to go try to go pro. Jalen Logan Redding does not have eligibility left. You see where we're starting to have some holes here. Our secondary, we've talked about, has had some issues. Koi Parrish, got to clean up the tackle issues. There's so many things that need to be addressed this offseason that, yes, there's always next year, but I don't know what next year looks like right now. Like, the biggest thing I have walking out of this game is we have to beat Wisconsin. If we don't beat
Have
Wisconsin,
to.
it's a
Have to.
shit year. I don't care that we're
Have
bowl
to.
eligible anymore. If we don't beat Wisconsin, it's a shit year.
I agree.
That's
I
where I'm at.
agree. It's bad. I mean, even going into this week, I thought if we could get a win and we beat Wisconsin and we really look back and be like, okay, Cal was our only loss that wasn't to a ranked opponent. That's a
No.
six.
Northwestern's not ranked. That's the
No, no,
loss.
no, no, no. I'm saying if we won, if we would have won today or
Oh,
go earlier
okay.
this week, if we would have won today, and then we beat Wisconsin, finishing out the season and being like, well, look who we lost to. That's a successful season. Like it was fine, but this looks a lot different if we lose to Wisconsin as well. It's
Right.
not
I
great.
think right now you're teetering the line of having a mediocre season or having a bad season right now.
Oh yeah,
And it all comes
yes.
down to the Wisconsin
Oh,
game and then the bowl game. If you can beat Wisconsin and beat a decent team in the bowl, you're probably going to play a mediocre team. So we won't be able to say decent team. But if you can beat a decent team in the bowl, all of a sudden you're like, okay, we had a mediocre season. We cannot get to good season from this point.
no,
Like you
no.
can't. You struggled and scrapped one out against a Michigan State team that wasn't great. You struggled and scrapped one out against the Purdue team that wasn't that great. Your only great game, great win this season was the Nebraska game.
Yep.
Rutgers struggled. Buffalo, the beginning was a struggle. You put it away in the end. Northwestern State, it doesn't count when you play a JV high school team. So, like, overall, your only good win was the Nebraska game this year, and that hurts. Now, if we can go hang 50 on Wisconsin, which is not going to happen, but if we could go do that, then I'd be like, all right, you know what?
we
There's
could
another good
we
win.
could if the
There's another
offense
good win.
plays how we did in the second quarter, we could hang 50. Unfortunately, we'll probably give up 45. So that's tough. That's where the issue is.
Yeah. So it's hard to feel positive, but there were positives in this game with Drake Lindsey being able to pass the ball and have success there, with Koi Perich and special teams. But overall, Minnesota has a lot of things to address this week before they play Wisconsin,
Let
especially defensively.
let the record show, I think I would still have this taste in my mouth. I mean, obviously we wouldn't be apologizing for a win, but if we won that in overtime somehow, I still have this feeling in my mouth. Like I still have this like that was not good.
Here's
Like
the
I
thing.
don't
I agree with you. I agree with you, except for if we go to overtime, we win on a Drake Lindsey touchdown, and the dude's got 5 touchdowns, 300 yards. I'm not talking about how ugly a win is. I'm talking about how Drake Lindsey's that dude. That's how I'm talking about that one.
that's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, I mean, we gotta have the defense looking right next week because Wisconsin's defense is looking better, as our friend had said here in the YouTube comments. Winning the turnover battle will be critical. We will have the better quarterback, which is nice, but
Hmm.
let him play. That's a big question because we seem to want to force predictable offense in a lot of different situations. Maybe, just maybe, we'll see the Gophers run some simplified up tempo offense for
I mean,
a half, and then we'll
you
get
have to
back
look
goals.
at this game. You have to look at this game if you're the coaching staff and see what was working when it was working and be like, yeah, let's do more of that. Why is this staff like you keep talking about it, stubborn? Like, how do you not look at it and be like, wow, this drive was awesome. This drive was terrible. Let's do more of the good things and less of the bad things.
It's
I just
literally the job, right? You're
I'm
supposed
getting
to be able
pre-mad.
to,
I'm getting pre-mad for this Wisconsin game.
even in the moments where you have ugly, like you're supposed to go back and look at the film, you flush some things, but you try to capitalize on what you've done well. And what you showed in Michigan State, what you showed even against Oregon a little bit, what you showed today, what you've showed in other games is in the 2 minute drill when you play simplified and up tempo, you have your best drives of the game.
Every
Right?
single game, they just go back to the drawing board. They're like, well, let's start fresh. Let's see what works and what doesn't.
And I understand the 2 minute drill is typically scripted, or you have things that you're looking at, or certain things you're trying to get to, but still, the tying together, the through line here is simplified and up tempo. You've done that in every 2 minute because you only got 2 minutes, and it has worked and had success in almost every 2 minute. Just a guess. Let's try that, but that's just me. That's just me. All right, dog. We're gonna leave it at that. That was a tough loss. Should have went to overtime. Should have been a better game. Should have been a lot of different things. Coaching dropped the ball. The defense fumbled the ball, and the offense tried to get the recovery. Special teams tried to give the recovery, but in the end, it was a loss. The Gophers have to finish strong against Wisconsin next week. We will be talking about that Wisconsin game in depth. I was ready to fire off some crazy takes, but I am definitely a little humbled this week. We will see if
Yep.
I can get back to the crazy takes by Wednesday's show. But until we see you then, row the boat, Sky Ma, go Gophers as always. Please don't forget to hit subscribe. Tell your fellow Gopher fans about the show. We are building the channel slowly but surely.